Phantom Portrait, a painting that changes by itself. The Phantom Portrait was an infamous painting, shrouded in mystery and whispered legends. No matter where it was displayed, strange occurrences followed, leaving fear in its wake. It first appeared in a private collection in 1872, owned by a reclusive nobleman. Days after its arrival, he was found dead, his face twisted in terror, the painting's expression eerily mirroring his. Passed from owner to owner, each experienced unsettling changes, subtle at first, then undeniable. A smirk where there was none before, dark shadows creeping into the background overnight. A museum displayed it under strict security, hoping to debunk the myths. Yet, every morning, the night guards reported whispers and the sensation of being watched. Visitors swore the eyes followed them, the figure inside subtly shifting when no one was looking. Skeptics tried to disprove it, but cameras always malfunctioned when aimed at the painting. A paranormal investigator spent a night with it, determined to expose the truth. By dawn, he had fled, muttering incoherently about a voice calling his name from within the frame. A scientist once theorized that hidden layers of paint reacted to temperature changes. But when he studied it under controlled conditions, the painting changed right before his eyes. Some believed the artist had used cursed pigments, mixing human ashes into the paint. Others claimed the spirit of the original subject was trapped within, longing to escape. One collector locked it away in a vault, hoping to contain its eerie transformations. Yet, when he checked it months later, the figure had turned its back to the viewer. A journalist covering its history took it home for research, dismissing the legends as superstition. That night, she heard soft knocking from within the canvas and never spoke of it again. A historian traced its origins to an unknown artist who vanished after completing it. The only clue left behind was a journal entry. "It is finished, but it is watching me now." An elderly woman claimed the painting whispered secrets to her, revealing knowledge beyond human understanding. When asked what it told her, she only wept and refused to speak. A group of skeptics gathered to watch it overnight, hoping to disprove the legend. By dawn, one was missing, another had gone mad, and the rest refused to discuss what they had seen. A priest attempted an exorcism, convinced it was possessed by a malevolent entity. The moment he began, the figure's expression contorted into a grotesque grin. A thief once stole it, believing it to be a valuable masterpiece. Days later, he returned it to its owner's doorstep, his hands trembling, refusing to say what had frightened him. A photographer tried to capture its shifting details, setting up motion-triggered cameras. In the morning, the footage showed only static, except for a single frame of the figure staring at the lens. An art student studied its brushstrokes, fascinated by its eerie reputation. He painted a replica, but when he finished, his version began changing too. A child who saw the portrait pointed at it and whispered, "He's moving." When asked what she meant, she simply replied, "He's trying to come out." A psychic once attempted to communicate with whatever lurked within. She collapsed mid-session, whispering, "It knows we see it." A man bought it out of curiosity, dismissing the fear as nonsense. A week later, his house burned down, but the painting remained untouched in the ashes. It was last seen in a private collection before mysteriously vanishing. All that remained was a note from the owner. It no longer wants to be seen. Some say it still exists, hidden away, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. Others believe it has moved on, searching for a new canvas to inhabit. Regardless of the truth, the legend of the Phantom Portrait endures. And if you ever come across a painting that seems a little too lifelike, look away before it looks back. The Phantom Portrait remains one of the most chilling mysteries in the art world, defying logic and explanation. Whether cursed, haunted, or an elaborate illusion, its eerie transformations continue to terrify those who dare to observe it. Some believe it still lurks in the shadows, waiting to reveal itself once more. But if you ever find a painting that changes when no one is looking, ask yourself, is it watching you too?